This year's World Earth Day theme is Invest in Our Planet, which is a call to all to protect our flora and fauna that faces danger following various human activities. For example, this turtle is 10 years old. I'm told that the lifespan of a turtle is between 50 to 70 years old, but sadly, this creature may not make it that long. According to the Kenyan Wildlife Service, every year 100,000 sea mammals and sea turtles die due to plastic pollution.
In 2021, the Kenya Wildlife Service reported the highest number of deaths of sea turtles in over a decade. The reason was mostly choking from plastic litter.
Many of us enjoy watching marine life when we're touring some of the coastal areas in different countries. This here is an art installation that shows exactly how the turtles, for example, ingest plastic waste that ends up killing them in large numbers.
Fikiri Kaponda works for Local Ocean Conservation, an organization that protects marine life in Malindi on the Kenya coast. He says turtles are important to nature and they are facing dangers.
If we remove turtles in the ecosystem, then other species will end up being suffering. So being in the water, the turtle play a very important role in the marine ecosystem. Plastic waste or other pollution in the ocean is a major threat to turtles, especially those turtles, jellyfish. They will always confuse artificial materials like plastic as food, and then they end up swallowing those plastics. They can ingest, but they cannot digest. End up having blockages in their gut. And when a turtle has a blockage, they end up accumulating air in their system, that making them floaters. And a turtle has to dive in the water to get its food. If it's a floater, then definitely that turtle will end up starving and die eventually.
LOC rescues hundreds of turtles every year in their bycatch release program. Each turtle is assessed, measured, weighed and tagged. Fikiri says diseases and poaching by the local community are also threats to the turtles.
So we have the bycatch release program where we have liaised with the local fishermen around Watamu because some of the turtles are delicacies to them. So we have educated them that turtles has to be seen like an animal that has a right to life. And then we run the nest monitoring program where we protect the nests until they hatch, and we see these hatchlings successfully back in the water. And again, through the bycatch release program, we have had cases where turtles are sick, and then we get them to the hospital. We liaise with the local vet in Watamu who helps us guide in treatment of these sick turtles. And then we have the anti-poaching survey because poaching is still something going on.
After assessment of the rescued turtles, the sick ones are taken back to the turtle hospital where LOC tries to give the recommended treatment.
Since I started working here, I've taken care at around 22 patients so far. And there's some factors whereby if you just go to the field, we know exactly if maybe the turtle is sick or not. If you determine the length and the width of the top shell, then it gives you an average weight. But sometimes you may find that the length of the top shell or the width of the carapace of the top shell, it doesn't coordinate with the weight. So that's the sign of unhealthy turtle first. Another one, you may find that if you just take him in a certain pool of water, he just floats. The floating is just being caused by mostly plastics. So we normally just use laxatives like lactulose, which is just being used by human beings to pass out the stools. So if the stool is just being passed out, also the plastics are being passed out. But sometimes, like the tins or the cans, if they are very large, it is impossible to pass out. So they end up just dying.
LOC has sensitized the community on the importance of beach cleaning. Every weekend, local residents engage in a beach cleanup exercise.
Ni mzaliwa wa hii village Watamu. Nimekaa Watamu kwa muda wa miaka 50 sasa, Kazi kubwa tunafanya usafi wa baharini kwa sababu makasa na dolphin, whale shark wanakufa kwa sababu wakila zile plastiki. Hii ndio jambo ambalo lilitufanya sisi tuweze kufanya usafi wa baharini sana. Na kwa mazingira yetu hata samaki wakiona hizo plastiki wakila wanakufa. Tunapata hao wanyama kila baada ya siku 3 wanakufa 2 watatu. Sasa hii imetufanya mpaka roho zetu ziwe hatuna raha tena, mpaka sasa tunaleta watoto sisi wenyewe wazee tunajitolea kufanya usafi wa bahari.
Cause nilienda siku nyingine ilikuwa ni in the morning, niko na kasa amekufa beach. So that's why nilikana Athmani nikamuuliza kwa sababu pia nishaiona hata samaki amekufa kwa kukula hizi plastics. So nikaketi chini nikaongea na Athmani, Athmani akaniambia pia yeye ana group lake. Amwambia mimi nitajitolea, nitatoa uniforms.
LOC says they have so far rescued more than 19,000 turtles.